Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Welcome.
Yep. Is it on? Now we got it. I'm here in support of 8094, and I just have like three comments to make. One is that a fund the student strategy makes a lot of sense, just as the last speaker mentioned, in terms of an overall state strategy in dealing with funding students that are actually in seats and not funding empty seats in any particular district. And a number account that can be variable makes a lot of sense. Also supporting 8094 because it is a bill that does not need more funding to actually be implemented. So you have the fund the student strategy, but you also get the benefit of being able to implement something that is level funded. It doesn't require more dollars, and as more dollars become available, because I would also advocate for reaching at least the average and the national average in terms of state contribution into education, that we make a commitment to kind of move that way, but you don't have to start in that direction by adding dollars. And I would also just really quickly talk about the winners and losers in the context of this whole discussion. If you're going to talk winners and losers, then you really need to talk about the districts that, quite frankly, have been underfunded for several years, which compounds their pressure on terms of local property taxes. I would prefer to be talking about, if you get a fund the student strategy, to be talking about it that there's going to be adjustments up and adjustments down based on student population in any particular district. And the last thing I would say is that it's been mentioned a few times on this E-wave, which I can't completely understand, and I'll defer to Dr. Marty West in terms of some of the logistics in terms of the detail, but it would make a lot of sense if you're going to start using any property values or tax capacity to get on a synchronized revaluation in the state of Rhode Island. That would eliminate a great deal of the factors that you're talking about, and that would be something that I would request. But anyways, I'm here to support 8094. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor. Nice to see you. Phil?
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, thank you. Bill Fischer here from representing Democrats for Education Reform. Relatively new to Rhode Island. They're a national advocacy organization based in New York with about 10 chapters, Rhode Island being its newest chapter. Our priorities in Rhode Island are simply two, a school funding formula and to help position Rhode Island for Race to the Top funds. We're here to support 8094. We believe, although you have multiple options in front of you, that 8094 is most equitable because it reinforces that basic pot of money, that core pot of money, whether it be a state-run school such as Davies, a public charter school, or a public school system. We believe it's most accurate because it's the only bill that embraces money follows the child. We believe the bill best positions Rhode Island for second round in Race to the Top funding. That's been mentioned a little bit today, but during the application in round one, it's important to note that when the delegation went to Washington, there were a series of questions related to the fact that A, we did not have a school funding formula, and B, that we had no predictability in our current funding formula. And I think most importantly, we support it because it's implementable, because it's the only bill that staggers the implementation across 10 years, which we think, quite frankly, makes it realistic. I know time is short as the committee is preparing to go upstairs on the House floor. I'm here to answer any questions if you have them.
Thank you very much.